The robber had just snatched the female teacher's designer bag. The next second, the passing security guard used a mysterious spell and dashed swiftly across the surface of the lake. Then, the man crossed 30 buildings in just 1 second. He finally reached the robber. He casually raised one hand and stopped the robber's motorcycle. The robber fell hard to the ground. The robber was terrified. He couldn't figure out why a man who looked like an ordinary poor security guard could possess such incredible power. The robber didn't know that magic truly existed in this world, and the guard before him was actually a legendary grand wizard. The robber tried to flee in fear, but the guard instantly teleported in front of him. The robber immediately knelt on the ground, humbly handed back the designer bag to the guard, and fled in disgrace. A short while later, the female teacher finally arrived. At first sight, she fell for the handsome security guard. Not only was he powerful, he was also kind and helpful to others. The teacher wanted to treat him to dinner, but the guard firmly declined. It was because he had a son and had just received a sudden call from a coworker. His son had gotten into a fight. The guard needed to take care of his son's situation. The teacher smiled slightly because it turned out the guard's son was in her class. She clearly remembered that his family record showed a single-parent household, so the guard was currently single. The teacher happily said goodbye to the guard, and the guard immediately went to find his son. But the guard didn't expect that his son, William, hadn't been fighting back. He was being bullied. The bully's name was Smith. William and Smith both liked the same girl, Mary. Smith's parents were billionaires worth tens of billions, but William's father was just a school security guard. Smith threatened William to give up on Mary, but William scorned him instead. He mocked Smith for being not only ugly but also despicable and shameless. He said Mary could never like someone like Smith. Smith was furious. He immediately ordered his men to subdue William. Just as he was about to hit William, the guard showed up in time. He easily threw Smith aside. Smith became even angrier. He ordered all his men to attack the guard and his son. Just then, Mary suddenly arrived. Smith quickly rushed over to flatter her, but Mary coldly walked past him and shyly stood beside William. Mary warned Smith that William was her boyfriend and told him to stop bothering her. Smith was furious. Mary had chosen to give up a billionaire like him for a poor boy like William. He became even more determined to beat William up. But William wasn't afraid. Even if he couldn't defeat Smith's men, he would never give up on Mary. Mary, standing nearby, was worried sick. She wanted to rush forward to help, but the guard stopped her. He intended to secretly help his son win. The guard, being a grand wizard, easily helped William defeat Smith, but Smith was not willing to accept defeat. He furiously tried to attack William again, when suddenly the teacher appeared. She had noticed William hadn't shown up to class and came to check on him. Unexpectedly, she saw Smith bullying him. Smith immediately panicked when he saw the teacher. He quickly fled with his men. That night, the guard asked William with a smile, "Why are you secretly dating Mary?" William smiled back and asked, "Why are you so close with the teacher?" The father and son were happily chatting, unaware that far away on a skyscraper, an evil dark wizard had set his sights on the guard. He knew he couldn't kill the great grand wizard, so he crafted a mysterious enchanted arrow. The arrow pierced through countless barriers in an instant and shot straight toward the guard. Because William was too close to the guard, he was also struck by the dark spell. Because of this mistake, the dark magic transformed in an unexpected way. It didn't kill the guard. Instead, it swapped the souls of the guard and William. The next day, when father and son woke up, the guard had taken on his son's appearance, and the son now looked like the guard. They were both in a panic, since the son still had to go to school, and the guard still had to go to work. With no other choice, the son temporarily went to work as his father, and the guard went to school as his son. Soon after, the guard, carrying a backpack, headed to school. But he didn't expect that Mary was waiting for him on the way. She warmly handed him breakfast. The guard chuckled secretly to himself. His son was really a lucky guy. Just then, Smith arrogantly appeared at the end of the street. He had come for revenge that day. He had brought along the country's #1 kung fu master and all of the master's disciples to beat up William. Little did he know, the person before him wasn't ordinary William. It was the world's most powerful grand wizard. The guard kindly told Smith to back off, or they'd suffer terribly. But Smith thought the guard had lost his mind. He shouted a command, and 50 martial arts experts attacked the guard at once. With just one move, the guard knocked all of them them to the ground. Only the top-ranked master was left standing. He confidently charged toward the man and threw his most powerful punch. But the guard cast a simple spell and sent the master flying 100 meters away. Only then did Smith realize he had provoked someone he should never have messed with.